I'm here in the USA with Master Umesh Nandwani. We've just had the opportunity to ask Master Nandwani, or Umesh, some questions about the wonderful work that he's doing here, not only in Singapore, Australia, and Nepal, but here in the good old USA. So let me ask you, Master Umesh, why is it that you feel so sincerely empowered to talk to people about the work that you're doing?
Well, Jeff, it is all because I have seen, I have felt, I have realized the importance of being who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Many people are not walking who we truly are.
Mm.
They think they are. Many of them don't even think that anymore. Some of them who think have not even realized all. Some of them have realized in their own degree, in their own category, but not everybody have realized that. Only a few people who are lucky today are realizing, walking, talking, and being their true self today. So it makes me very, very strongly feel that, you know what, we have our birthright to be who we are. Because many people are still lost, empty, they are lonely, they are in pain, they are suffering. Some of them are even successful, they are happy, but again, with all the material things, they feel empty, they feel lost. So for me, is to help them, to help anybody who is ready for this, for open heart, open mind, to help them realize that, look, we are very special beings on this planet. We are not only just human beings, that's what we act to be, we are beyond being just a human being. And the day we realize who we are, life can never be the same, not only on the person or their families, but also on the planet Earth, who we are entitled to work with at all times. We are in direct partnership with this planet, and we have a direct responsibility to take care of this planet and also us.
Now, I understand you were in the hospital at one point, and that was when, I mean, you were a successful businessman already.
Yeah.
Doing very well for yourself. You never needed to do this in order to make money. Why were you so moved after that? What happened to you in that hospital that caused you to change your life so radically?
Well, what actually happened was, when I was lying on the bed and suddenly I just felt this whole thing, the whole of my spirit bringing out of this body. When I saw my body below that, I got a very big frightening, got very scared to see my whole body there. And I was wondering what actually happened. I started praying to God and saying, God, look, take me back to the body. I have my family, I have my home, I have my business, I have my car, I have everything. But again, that part showed me something that, you know, which I think everybody should realize, that we are not merely just this human body. We are that beautiful spirits, this beautiful soul. But many people don't realize this. Many people take it that this life is forever, and we are this so and so forever in this human body. I'm Umesh forever. It's not like that. But if we can realize both of the worlds, that we are being spirit, being soul, we are being human being together, and we can put it all together, which we actually all are. And it's non-religious, it's universal, and we can just be who we truly are. What more can you have in your life besides knowing who you are? Because that is the biggest gift you can give yourself. So what made me realize is, when I'm so lonely, I'm being successful, I have everything, yet I came out of my body. Come on, this is not life, you know. This is beyond life and who I am. And then, God grace, I got down back to my body and I started searching. And I searched for answers, and I got all my answers after meeting a few masters which went along the way. And I learned from them, and when things open up even beyond that, I started realizing we are just beyond human beings.
So the question that comes up for me, though, is you have people that have amazing experiences like you had, but what made you take the next step? What made you do this 180-degree turn in your life, going from a successful businessman to becoming the master that you are now?
I realized my calling, Jeff, and this was in the year 2002, when I realized I was into my past life regression, which one of the masters was teaching me, and I realized my past. I realized who I am, what I am, and I realized what is needed on this planet. Since young, I've been going through a lot of pain, suffering, loneliness. I've realized I've been watching how humans behave. It's no judgment, but just that it's been my interest since young to see how things are. But you know what, sadly to say, not everybody is being authentically who we are. Many people are just acting to be, but when we are not being who we are. So it came to a realization that I have to bring it out to the world so that we can all help one another, and when we can become better beings with pure love and light and healing, and we can respect one another and yet be very successful. You can be spiritually rich, you can be materialistic will, you can have all the money, all the family, everything you want, yet you can be spiritually rich, but for what? We are entitled to, because that's who we are. Why not teach everybody? Why not teach for those who are open to this? Because look, that's our birthright, that's who we are. But how many people know this?
So let's talk about that teaching. You have 7 levels that you're offering now for this mastership that you're offering, and you're going to Nepal, you're going to India, you're teaching this in Australia, you're teaching this in the United States. What exactly can somebody, I mean, there's different levels, so can you talk a little bit about what this journey is that you're taking somebody through? Are there certain steps that each person will take on this journey?
If a person is willing to go all the steps up, the 7 levels, we cover, it's like the chakras we have within us. We have 7 chakras.
Energy centers.
Every energy centers in our body. And if you take care of all the 7 chakras, you are not just a human being. The human being is on the very lowest part, which is called the base chakra. And towards the base part, we are very much humans. We are very much into the 3D consciousness. The 3D consciousness is where we are very much concerned about our physical self. We are very much working with our mind. And we are very much concerned with our materialistic possessions. But there are few people, in fact there are a lot more coming out this time, that they are getting in touch with their 4th dimensional frequency, which is called the spiritual level. And in this spiritual level is where they go into the advanced level. From the foundations, we do take care of the human part and all that, and then we go up to the advanced level. And then we go to personal mastery level. That's when a person will get in touch with not only their human self, but they'll get in touch with their true self, which is their inner self. And once you get in touch with your inner self, you are 2 different beings. You can always talk and communicate with your inner self as much as you get your answers in your human mind. But when you become that true self, your inner self has all the answers which are 100% correct. But you know, Jeff, our brain sometimes play games, right? This is human games. We are either programmed from the outside world, from people and whatever we see, or whatever comes in our thought, we just do it. But again, how many of us are really being our inner self? And what's our inner self all about? People think that they are inner self, but they're not. Many of them are not. But again, when you realize that, you become 2 beings. And it becomes very powerful when you combine both of them. So that's what we cover in the 6 days. Besides all the other learnings, we do healings. I teach a person how to become a very good healer. We heal beyond anything you can ever think. We go even beyond anything. We don't cover anything which is not, within the true self limits.
Now, the one thing that you seem to really focus on a lot is that you're going to give each individual who takes part in your classes a personal, practical experience of the spiritual world.
Correct.
Could you explain that a little bit?
Yes, I have personally experienced the practice of being, see, a lot of us are very theoretical. We go by theories, we go by books, we go by a bit, learnings, but practical reality, practical experience, not many people get it. Okay, if you practice, we human beings like to either see or feel before we trust.
Right.
Until we don't feel, we don't see, we don't trust.
Right.
But what came to me, what has been channeled down to me is a gift where I can practically teach. Besides the theory explanation in every lesson, I can give a practical experience during the exercises that the person can't deny anymore that it does not exist. It makes no meaning, or it's just a theory. With that practical experience, once the person gets this practical experience, you can never deny it, because it is already manifested and you've seen it or you have felt it. So it makes the learnings more real, more reality, and it's true. It is all real stuff, because it does exist. Like our chakras, not everybody can feel the chakras or see the chakras because they are not there.
Right.
But when we activate the chakras, the 7 activated chakras, some of the students can see, some of the students can feel, some have both of the gifts, they can see and they can feel. And once you see it and when you feel it and they are spinning and you can see all the colors, you cannot say it's not there.
Yeah.
But in physical reality, there are no chakras inside.
Right.
But we activate and we bring it out live.
Right.
Now that's one of the experiences we do. We have a lot more other exercises which we bring out live, and then it becomes practical. And once it becomes practical, it's in you forever. You can never deny it.
I just want to let people know that there's the foundation level, that's 2 days. There's the advanced level, that's the next 2 days.
Right.
Then there's the personal mastery level. And those 6 can be taken one after another.
Correct.
Then there's the big leap to going to Nepal,
exactly.
and that's 9 days. Then you start on the master course, which is level 1, and that's 6 days, 6 nights. Master Course Level 2 and then Master Course Level 3. And then there's Master Retreats, and some of those can be in wonderful places like Hawaii.
Correct.
Yeah.
We are going to Hawaii for Master 4.
Yeah.
The first time we are doing a Master's Retreat, which we call it Master 4. It's the first time, the first group which I'm going to conduct my Master 4 or Master Retreat level. And it's coming in very beautifully well. So Hawaii has the energy for that. And people from all over, I have my beautiful family students from all over Singapore, from Malaysia, from Australia, from Philippines. They're all coming in. Many of them are coming in, coming to Hawaii, and when they experience Hawaii, like how they've experienced up to Master 3, Master 2. Master 3 is held in Thailand. From now on, we're going to do it in Thailand. Normally we do it in Nepal or India, but now, as I'm channeling through the Masters, they told me to take it to Thailand. There's a reason to it. And Master 2, we do it in Bali. Master 1, we do it in India, in Bangalore. Then we have Nepal retreat. But once everybody goes through this, and then when we go to Hawaii, it's like a calling. And when we go there, when we do something special, and when we reconnect to our precious being, what we have been before in the past life, if you trust on past life, it does exist. I can even prove to you past life with practical experience, which you can't deny past life don't exist. But whether you want to do it or not, whether you open it to it, but once you experience that, and once you get into Hawaii, you'll experience another being of yourself. You'll connect to the land which we have been before, which is called Lemuria. Now, if you're open to that, you will see what we mean by that, because that energy is going to come to you. And not only that, you will take them into a different level of retreats where they become even more deeper, more beautiful masters on this planet. It's them who become masters. Because everybody is a master, but whether you have realized the mastership or whether you want to realize, that's what it is. So these students are ready for it, and they want to do it. I say, okay, let's go to Hawaii and let's get it done. That was the calling, and we are going for the calling.
So let me ask you, one of the things that I find unique about you is you have two qualities that are, I find, very powerful and also really helpful because sometimes these classes can last quite, a long time. You're funny. You just have this ability to really bring a lot of joy into the room and allow people to take part in that and really relax because of what you bring. The other thing I find is that you bring sincerity. There's a deep commitment that you've made on your part in order to do this work, and I see that in every step of the work that you're offering to us. Sometimes you'll go off the book and you'll talk about things from your own experience, or you'll talk about something that isn't necessarily in the program, but is going to enhance the program. Was that anything that you really thought about when you were teaching, or is that just something more that are you working on opening your heart to the class? Is that kind of what you're doing?
Definitely, Jeff. Everybody deserves it. We have, there are a lot of intelligent people around. We are all taught how to be very intellectual.
Right.
How many of us are taught to open the heart and be from the heart?
Yeah.
We are all from the heart first, and many of us have forgotten that. Many of us have lost touch on that. They think they have the heart. They know they have the heart, but how many have actually opened their heart practically? How many have experienced that deep inner desire, inner feelings? The ones who are nearest to this are the mothers who gave birth to a child. The mothers know what's unconditional love. But for me is, when I'm teaching my students, they are not students to me only. They are also my brothers. They are also my sisters. And when I see into their eyes, I look at myself. Because we are all one. And when everyone is on, what I share is I'm sharing to myself too, personally. So I don't take anybody, doesn't matter what race, what culture, what background you come from. It makes no difference to me, because you are me. So it's all about me. And it's all about us being one. We are all truly the real brothers and sisters from home. Why can't I share? And I love everybody deep down from the bottom of my heart. I want the world to have this. Because if the world have this, what will the world become? What we all will become. And if we can make that difference, which we can actually do it, why don't we do it? But somebody got to do it, right? So I start first. It starts with me. And I'm thankful to God and everybody, brothers like you, to help me to get this done. And thank you for being part of the course, Jeff. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed you being part of it.
Yeah, well, thank you for the opportunity, and you're the one that started everything, and you've kind of made this clarion call for people that want to open up themselves, I think there's a crying need in humanity today
There's a lot of this.
for having the heart open.
Yes.
And the West especially is in need of that kind of energy. I think the East is already very much in touch with that, but the West definitely needs that heart to be open. So I just feel that, you know, this class of Awaken the Divine You and this whole teaching and course is very powerful. And I just want to thank you, Master Umesh
Thank you, Brother Jeff.
Nandwani,
You've been amazing. Thank you so much.
offering this to all of us.
Yeah, thank you so much. God bless and all the best for everybody.
Okay?
God bless. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.